is Jazz, and I'm back with another episode of When We Link Up. And I want to thank you for watching today. Thank you for taking out the time to be here with me. And let's just get to it. I got something to talk to y'all about today. This is not an interview. This is going to be me and you talking. At the end of this video, I want you guys to comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications so that you'll know when I'm posting my next video. I want you guys to like this video, share it, and please comment, because this is like something that I have been saying for years, and people, I guess they just now catching it on because of this viral video that came out. So let me tell y'all about it. So Monique, everybody knows Monique, the comedian. She had a video a couple of days ago where she talked about how she went to the airport in Atlanta specifically. I just came from that airport last week, so I am very in tune with what she's saying. But she was talking about how she had just come from the airport in Atlanta. And in that airport, she said she saw so many of our Black young queens. She called us queens. And she said that she wanted to make sure that she was saying it in love. But she said she saw so many of us with bonnets on our heads, slippers, pajamas, and blankets wrapped around us in the airports. And it just looks bad, in her opinion. It looks bad. And she was saying, when did we lose pride? And when did we begin to come outside with, pajamas and headscarves and stuff on? And I am with Monique all the way. And listen, I already know that some of y'all gonna be real mad during this video and at the end, and y'all probably gonna want to cuss me out. So say whatever you got to say in the comments, but remember that everybody has an opinion, because I know y'all like to say, why y'all all up in our business and all of that. Like, listen, you wore the bonnet outside, so then you made it everybody's business. I actually posted on my Facebook and Instagram, bonnets in public, yay or nay? Why or why not? This should be interesting. One girl posted her picture with a scarf on, and she says, yay, do what you want. I'm over here worrying about what someone else doing. See below, literally me right now, no difference to me. So that's her comment. Another girl says, for me, no, it shows lack of. Even if you're not lacking anything, my parents instilled in me, when you wake up, get dressed and ready. That way you're always ready and you look presentable. People judge, let's be honest. Somebody else says, that's my pet peeve. No, under all circumstances, it says that a young lady can care less about her appearance. If you have to cover your hair, there are many beautiful, classy hair scarves that can be worn. The bonnet is flat out ghetto. Sorry, not sorry. Somebody else said, I don't understand why people are concerned about what other people wear on their heads. Mind your business. And she even put this, hold on, I'm gonna cover her face. And she put this thing for Will Smith, mind your business. So somebody else says, no, it's sad that this is a conversation that we must have. It's called etiquette. Just sad. Teach your sons and daughters that this is not okay. Somebody else, this is a guy tapping in. He said, as a man, I have to say nay, but I am not, and I repeat, not telling a woman in public what to wear, but he's going to say it's a no for him. I went to a water park in Florida, one of the Disney water parks, a couple weeks ago. We're at the water park, and it's about 10 people in total that we see running around the water park with bonnets on their heads. So first of all, you got a bonnet on your head. That's the first thing. Secondly, the bonnets were getting wet. So it's not like you had on a swim cap, which also your hair gets wet with that. But it's a whole satin bonnet that's like, it don't look good at all. And why do you have a bonnet on if you're trying to protect your hair from getting wet? That doesn't help. Like, the water seeps through. So it's like not even a reason to have that on. It's just, you just got it on, and it's not even a style. Back in the day when they had movies like Aunt Jemima, you know, people like that on there, and like the Aunt Jemima syrup, I remember when that used to be a thing of people making fun of somebody like, "Ooh, you look like Aunt Your Mama," you know, because they had on the scarf or whatever. Back then, those people were slaves and they didn't really have enough time to just be like dressing up their hair and all of that kind of stuff. So they put a little scarf on there so that they can, you know, look probably half decent. But today, we're not slaves and we have time to do our hair. And I mean, obviously y'all have time to do your hair because it's most of the time done underneath, which is another reason why I don't understand why you need to wear it all day. If the hair is done, take the hat off and show the people the pretty hair that you got done, that you paid probably a lot of money for. But anyway, wearing a scarf on your head is what they used to do back in the slave days because they didn't really have a choice. Like, it wasn't being pretty for them. It was just trying to, you know, help themselves look decent. Today, we have more of a choice. So why would you choose to look like a slave in the street? And then if somebody was to come up to you and say, "Oh, you look like Aunt Your Mama," or "You look like a slave," then you would be mad about it. Like, I see people at the mall with a bonnet on their head. Why are you shopping at the mall with a bonnet on your head? Like, why? When I was a kid, I was a teenager, and we used to go over to each other's houses and my family on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock. We would go there to pray. Me and a couple of my aunts and my cousins, we would wash our hair sometimes on Wednesdays. And then at that time, like, wrapping it up and letting it dry or wrapping it up and sitting under the dryer was a big thing. So we would wrap our hair up and like put the scarf on and like gonna let it, you know, dry or whatever. And my grandmother was like, "What do y'all think this is? Why are y'all coming out of the house with scarves on your head?" And we was like, "You know, because we gotta let our hair mold, you know, because we just washed it. We gotta let our hair mold." She was like, "Mold for what?" And so we were like, "You know, so it can be looking good, blah, blah, blah." And she was like, "No, what you do is you dry your hair and then you curl it and then you wrap it up at night before you go to sleep. And then during the day, you should not be walking around with a scarf on your head at all. Like, it's no excuse for that." And so at that time when she first said it, I was like, dang, we can't even wrap our hair up, you know. But when I got older, as I got older, I started to see that only makes you look classless. You flying through the streets with a scarf on your head and, you know, you showing up to different places. If an opportunity presented itself for someone to give you a job, or what if your dream guy walked up to you? And not that it's all about, you know, meeting a guy or whatever, but a lot of people, you know, always talk about how they want this high class guy. And yeah, if he want me, he got to do this and he got to do that. He got to pay these bills and he got to take my kids and all of that. And it's like, but you got a bonnet on your head. Like, who's going to come up to you and that's high quality and pick you? You're Aunt Jemima. You are not class right now. And I'm not saying that you're never classy, but at the point where you walking around with a bonnet on your head, you are Aunt Jemima. You are a slave. You are a slave to the ghetto mentality. And that's not only for Black people. That's for all people. If you walk around with dirty pajamas on and head bonnets on your head, you are a slave to the wrong mentality. And nobody's saying that you got to walk around with a face full of makeup on and all of that kind of stuff. Like, you don't have to do that, but you can still look presentable. Because, like I said before, if opportunity presented itself, it might pass you up because you got a bonnet on your head. You have on dirty pajamas that you wore in the bed and you came outside in. Like, you are not representing. You're not even representing for the next generation. Is that how you want your daughter to look when she goes out as she gets older? Is that the woman that you want your son to marry? You want him to go pick up somebody from the grocery store with a bonnet on her head? I don't. I have a daughter also, and she is not going to be walking anywhere with a bonnet on her head. I don't care what time of morning it is. We have gotten up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to the airport. And my hair, it's not like super laid right now, but it's decent. My face, I do wear makeup. You don't have to, and that's your prerogative. But Jazz is going to look good when I go to the airport. I'm never going to the airport looking ghetto with a bonnet on my head. I have never done it, and I'm not going to do it, and my daughter won't do it either. Somebody had mentioned in the comments on my Facebook post that they think that people who wear the bonnets are just ignorant and classless. I agree with that to a certain extent, not in the way of like being mean, but in the way of I do believe that it's ignorance. And the reason why I say that is because if you really know what the word ignorance means, it's just basically because people don't know better, so they don't do better. Like I said before, when I was a teenager, like around 16, 17, when I used to do that, I didn't know better until my grandmother pulled it out like, hey, you know, this is not the thing to do. It makes you look like you don't have any class. It makes you look dirty. It makes you look ghetto. And it just makes it look like you're not making good choices. She taught me early that the way that you want people to see you is the way that you should present yourself. Like if you want people to see you in a good light, then present yourself that way. Make yourself look nice and, you know, decent. You don't have to, like I said, you don't have to have a head full of weave. You don't have to have a face full of makeup. But what you should do is get up and clean yourself up, you know, wash, look like you've washed, and look presentable. You know, she did say that she was coming from a place of love, which I believe. The video said everything about, you know, she's just trying to look out for people. And one thing that I didn't agree that she said, though, she said if when she's in the airport or somewhere, she saw one of the, you know, young black queens with a headscarf or pajamas or whatever, she's going to come up to you politely and tap you. Like, I'm not tapping nobody. I'm not going to say anything because, first of all, especially in the airport, people love to fight at the airport. I like to travel, and you're not going to find me on a no-fly list. So I'm not going to come up to you, and I'm not going up to nobody saying nothing. I'm standing right here, and, you know, take it like you want. Other people are going to say stuff in the streets. They're going to say stuff on the internet because that's what people do. We all are entitled to our opinion. We can say whatever we want to say. But I'm not going to come up to you and tap you. Like, to me, that is, I don't know, I guess if it were my child or my family member or my friend, you know, then I would be like, hey, girl, why you got that on your head? Take that off. You know, you're embarrassing us out here. But if I don't know you, like, why would I come up to you and say, hey, queen, take that bonnet off because you're embarrassing us. You're not measuring up. You know, maybe she can do that because she's Monique, but no, I wouldn't do that. So I don't agree with that part. So I'm going to play a little bit of this video, this Monique video.
It's just your representation of you, my sweet babies. Straight, because if you look like you don't give a damn, how you going to be treated? So when I say, hey, queen, I can only say it to the sisters that it belongs to. Because a lot of us are still in queen training. So if you're in queen training, stop being fearful of taking your position. And queens don't walk around with bonnets and headscarves and slippers and pajamas.
Come on.
That's for the house.
Right, because we wear crowns.
When you go outside, represent you, baby, like you are worthy and you deserve the title of Hey Queen.
Amen to that. First impressions mean everything. Yes, we're in your business because your business was in the street and say whatever we want to say. And what I'll say to you in love is that I think you should take the bonnet off and you should show your true beauty. And if you don't think so, and if you have an attitude about this video, share your comment. I love to hear it. And I love you for watching, because if you gotten this far, then you've watched the whole video. So thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me for another episode of When We Link Up, and I hope to see you on the next video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications in the corner so that you'll know when I'm getting ready to post another video. Love y'all for watching. Thanks. See ya.